What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Darian is Fishing. As you can tell, this video setup is a little bit different than my standard look of videos. If you're new to my channel, my name is Darian Craig. I make YouTube videos about fishing, and if you don't mind, please go ahead and smash the subscribe button. Make sure you have the notification bell turned on, and I hope that you enjoy this video as it is a talk of my newest and all of my sponsors. I want to do a sit-down video going over all my sponsors because a lot of you ask, and it's my job to make sure you guys know what I'm fishing with and where I'm fishing with it and teach you guys. But obviously I've got some companies that want me to promote their products along the way, so that's what this video is about. Before we get started into the video, I want to do a quick b-roll of the boat behind me. It's not rigged yet, but I know a lot of you have been asking about it. We've got it slightly cleaned up and it's in here in the shop, so we'll do a little b-roll of the boat. It's a Ranger RT 198P aluminum boat. I went to aluminum because I wanted to downsize. I didn't have a need anymore for a big fiberglass boat. I wanted to go down to aluminum, smaller rig, it pulls better. I can travel further, you know, when we go film places, get into smaller bodies of water, and it's more fuel efficient pulling it with a truck because you can't even fill it back there. There's a lot of reasons why. And the other thing is the money is like, I don't have a need to have a $85,000, $90,000 bass boat anymore. I'm not fishing tournaments, I'm just filming YouTube videos and doing a lot of other things. So it doesn't make sense to have that big of a boat. And I wanna show you guys that you can rock this boat behind me, a smaller, more affordable rig, and catch a lot of fish. So that's kind of the reason behind it. But the purpose of today's video is to show you my sponsors and go over all of that. This is a very selly, very hard sell type video. I don't try to do a lot of these. Anyhow, we'll jump right into it. So the first company that I want to talk to you guys about is 6th Sense Fishing. Before there was money involved, before any of this stuff happened, they were the first company that reached out to me about sponsoring my YouTube channel for fishing videos. And I've known Casey from 6th Sense for several years. I don't exactly remember the first year. It was at a classic at some point in time. I think it was their very first classic. One of my best friends, Philip Jones, is their lure designer. There's just a bunch of cool people there. So it made a lot of sense to work with them. They're young, they're really aggressive on pushing the envelope on bringing out new products. So 6th Sense is a fishing tackle company. Obviously, a lot of you have heard of them. Inside this box is a lot of their baits that they make. This is all my square bills, and all of them are 6th Sense. These are the ones that I use. I have another box that has some more crankbaits in it, but truly 6th Sense makes a great square bill. This is my jerkbait box. It's all 6th Sense baits. That's not because Megabass doesn't make a good one. However, I just really like the 6th Sense one. It's called the Provoke. I catch a ton of fish on it. So I have codes, by the way, for everything that I'm gonna be talking to you guys about. I'll put in the top of the description down below. But one of the coolest things that I've got by 6th Sense, and honestly, one of the coolest things that I've ever been signed up for, is this right here. This is called the 6th Sense 6-Sack. There's several different levels of the subscription, but basically it's a monthly subscription you sign up for and you get fishing tackle every single month. It comes to your mail. It's like they ship on the 20th, so normally like the 22nd, 23rd, 24th of the month. I get this in the mail every single week. I'm quickly gonna show you what all is in this past month's box. We've got a Movement 80X, it's a crankbait. We've got a Swink 77X, another crankbait, different style. All these are different styles. Divine Swim Jig, Snatch 70X lipless, another square bill crankbait. This is a Crush 50X, another crankbait, Crush Mini 25 MD, and a pack of plastics. This is a Clout Worm, soft plastic stick bait, kind of like a Cinco. So there's that. So all of these baits I get every single month. Something similar to this. This is I think I added up, it's like 53 or might have been $57 worth of tackle that you get for $30 a month. If you use my code, that saves you $10 on the first month, which makes it even cheaper. This is absolutely the best deal in fishing. There's other monthly subscription boxes. There's other monthly subscription boxes out there. Every single one of them, if you look into it enough, they end up having crappy hooks or crappy colors or a brand of worms that you've never heard of. This is awesome fishing tackle every single time. There's nothing cutting corners by giving you cheaper hooks or cheaper worms. So all the crankbaits that are inside of there are for different applications. It's not like I got 5 different of the exact same size bait or depth diving bait. They're all different things. So that's super cool. Next up, we'll talk about Lure Lock. Lure Lock, for those of you who don't know, make tackle storage systems, and they're the ones that I'm using right here. The cool thing about Lure Lock is they have a sticky, they call it TackLogic gel in the bottom of these boxes. That holds the baits better in place and prevents them from beating around. When you're running down the lake, these boxes, you know, your boat's taking an abuse, but the boxes aren't shaking your baits up because that TackLogic holds your baits down to it, which saves the paint. It keeps your hooks from doling out. And so that's that. Also, Lure Lock just made a new roll-up bag, which is really cool. A lot of people have been asking questions about this, and I'll quickly show it. So you can roll this thing up, you can put your baits on it, and then it Velcros on the top, and you can put that in any of your boxes, in your backpack, wherever you want to take this thing rolled up. Personally, I'm not going to use this a ton, but there is an application for it. But a couple things that I am excited about, obviously the regular Lure Lock boxes, and then they just came out with this tackle bag, which is really awesome. It's a very heavy duty, I'll say that. I know I can't really explain a lot of this over a video, but it's a very heavy duty bag that comes loaded with 5 of the medium size boxes. So for a size comparison, it's just a hair smaller than the large box. This is their large box. So it's got 5 medium boxes, comes in it. It's very heavy duty. There's heavy duty zippers, this kind of like rubberized texture stuff all around it on all the pockets on the back. That prevents hooks being grabbed into it. I guess you can put your pliers or whatever in there. Ton of pockets, really cool bag. They just came out with this thing, so you might be interested in that. Yeah, that's Lure Lock. So they have tackle storage. This is literally every single box I have is these kind of boxes. They're not waterproof, which a bunch of people ask. They're not waterproof. They're still really good boxes, and they are coming out with a waterproof box. I just don't know when that's going to be ready. So that's Lure Lock. Moving on to the rod and reels that I use, Quantum. I love Quantum. They, to me, make a really good product. I'm not going to say they make the best in the whole world, but I think I'm at a point where it's like, what's the most a balance between the most affordable and the best quality? So I'm not ashamed to say, and the people, those of you who have used Quantum, I would think that it's definitely fair to say that, like the Smoke series. That's the series that I'm using this entire year, Smoke S3 rod and reel. This reel throws as far as anything you want to throw. The rod, I've never broke one, and they're sensitive. So like that, to me, that's what I want. I set the hook really hard, probably too hard, and so I'm not breaking rods. That's the most important thing to me. I want a rod that I can feel a rock pile when I'm dragging over it, and then when I lean back and set the hook, the rod ain't gonna break. I trust it. So that's the most important thing to me. And we boat flip biggins every single day, baby. So that's another important thing. You don't want your rod to break when you boat flip biggins. I'm gonna mostly use the Smoke S3. I will use a Vapor a little bit, I think, this year. But mostly Smoke S3 on bait cast and on spinning. Moving on, a company that I just started working with the end of last year, I was very excited about. I tested a long time before I started using them because I've used one specific product for a long time. I've worn Costa sunglasses since I was 13 years old. I love Costas, and they've always been good sunglasses. But there's one thing that's very important to me, and that's supporting your friends. And the owners of 6th Sense and Ben Milliken, he's a YouTuber, they started a company called Waterland Sunglasses or Waterland Fishing. I didn't at first. I didn't use them. I kept wearing Costas, and I got thinking, what kind of friend am I if these guys are wanting to build a brand, start a company, which is a very expensive, it's a huge investment, huge risk, into a market. You know, the sunglasses market is dominated by a couple of the big dogs, and it's hard to get into it. The odds are against them. I'm like, you know what? I want to do whatever I can do to help promote this company because I believe, one, in the guys, and I tested them. I told Casey, like, hey man, I love Costas. I'm not, like, I don't have any plans on ever changing. Even if I didn't get Costas like for free or anything, I wanted to just buy them because I liked them. So he's like, well, just will you at least wear these for a little bit, see if you like them. So I wore these sunglasses off camera for probably like 2 months in the dead heat of last summer. I loved them. I think they retail for like, I don't know, $110, I think, somewhere in that ballpark. I have a discount code on these sunglasses too, so it's gonna save you a little more money. For the money, this I think is an extremely good pair of sunglasses. Is it better than Costa, like these compared to Costa's glass? No, because I like the glass better, but they have several styles. The ones that I wear most are called Hybro. They're like a, I don't know what you call these, more stylish than they are fishing. They have another one called Asher and another one called Milliken. I'm gonna open up Asher. It's more of like a, I'm gonna say Oakley gas can, if y'all know Oakley gas can. Similar to that style, a little bit more of a sportier, probably more of a fishing sunglasses. Feel super good, they're light, and I like them a lot. Obviously, all of these are polarized. Personally, for me, I just like the Hybros best. All right, these are the Millikens, a little bit bigger frames. Milliken has a big head. I don't think it's rude to say that. Milliken has a big head, but he made these for guys who have big faces. So, you know, whether you have a large face, tall face, big round head. Ryan, this is Ryan's kind of head sunglasses. Ryan, I have more of a skinnier face, so these necessarily aren't for me. That's the only reason I don't wear them. But I do like the big lenses when I'm fishing. I like to, which I don't have it with me, but I like having a hood on. and I don't like light getting into me. So having these big lenses to me is really cool. That's something that I'm a big fan of. All right, continuing to move on, we've got a hook company that you may or may not have heard of. I don't think they're a new company, but they are putting a lot of money into the company right now as far as growing their technology, really extending their product line, and they're making huge waves, especially at the Walmart level of sales. That's kind of where they're targeting. It's called Zone Lock hooks. If you've watched my channel, you've seen these. The cool thing about them, I truly have not lost a fish since I've started using these hooks. To even further that hookup ratio, they have this patented bend in the top of their hook, which helps pin fish. They call it the sweet spot. There's a lot of technology behind it that I'm not quite smart enough to recite, but I do know that since I've started using these hooks, my hookup ratio has been great. I haven't missed any. The main thing is once you get them hooked, you don't want them coming off. So I haven't missed any fish, haven't lost any fish. They make a flipping hook, a drop shot hook, a Texas rig hook, like an EWG style. They make several different style hooks, and they're working on a lot more, which is exciting. You can pick these up, I believe, on their website, Tackle Warehouse, or at Walmart. Walmart sells a lot of these hooks. I don't have a discount code for them, but if you buy anything from their site, leave it a little note in the notes section that says I sent you out. I appreciate that. So that's Zone Lock hooks. That's the hooks that I'm using exclusively for this year, and last year too. I think another very important thing for me is the end of last year, I started my merch store, DarianIsFishing.com. That's where you get the hat that I've got on. I've got several different kind of t-shirts, hoodies, and I'm working on a lot more stuff, which is going to be exciting. The more that my channel grows, the more I'll get apparel on that site. And then that way you guys can support me directly by buying that merch and helping grow my brand of Darian Is Fishing. This year is going to be a really huge year for my channel. I'm putting a lot of money and time into making YouTube videos, and so I appreciate the support. And I know a lot of you guys want to support me by ordering some of that merch, so you can check it out and link in the description as well. A couple other notable sponsors or people that have helped me out is PowerPole. Obviously, they make the anchors. Bounce on the back of the boat, they go down into the water, they pin into the bottom of the lake so you don't move anywhere. Highest winds, current, it doesn't matter, you're not going anywhere. They also have a PowerPole Charge, which is a battery charger, but it's cool because basically that charger keeps all of your batteries charged together and they work off of each other. A lot of technology in that. Again, I'm not smart enough to explain the technology, but I just know that it works. I'll be rigging that up soon. You guys will know about it as soon as it gets rigged up. So thanks to PowerPole. Also, Lowrance, this year they gave me half off on graphs, and they didn't have to do that. I literally was going to buy them anyhow. They reached out and said, hey, if you're going to buy them, we heard that you're going to buy them, get them for half off from us. So I appreciate that. I'm going to be honest. I didn't sign a contract with them. The same I didn't sign a contract with Garmin last year. I'm going to be completely honest. If I like them, I'm going to tell you I like them. If I don't like them, I'm going to tell you what I don't like about them. That's that. And then the very last one is ProGuide batteries. ProGuide has been in the battery business for a long time. They have something very, very exciting coming up that I'm excited about putting in my aluminum boat. But once the batteries get here, they'll be rigged in. I'll show you what those look like. You can go and support me through them too, as well as buying, if you need any new batteries, check out ProGuide batteries. And the most important for me, as far as investment goes and as far as something to support me, because I know that's one thing that a lot of you guys, it feels kind of weird me saying support me, because it's something that as a human, you're not just like, hey, will you support me? Like, it's not something that's normal. But as a content creator, you guys, I know I get a ton of messages about it. Hey, we want to support you. How can we, like, some people donate money to the channel, but how can we buy stuff that would help you? Can we use your code to help you? Can we buy your merch to help you? The biggest thing is that on April 10th, we are launching Y'all Sweet Tea to the public. It'll be available to be purchased. I teased that on my channel. If you're not following me on Instagram, you need to make sure you follow me there, because I've been leaking a lot of secret information. Actually, the building that we're sitting in right now filming this video is filming in the headquarters of Y'all Sweet Tea before we do all the construction and what we're going to do in this building. So if you're not following me on Instagram, you make sure you follow me there at Darian Is Fishing. That way you don't miss out on anything. But the tea company is going to be something huge. I really need all of your support. We're putting a lot of money into the launch of it. And here's the deal. The only thing I can tell you about the tea company is the tea is amazing. That's the most important thing to me, is I wanted to make sure we have the best, absolute best sweet tea. We're giving you guys our recipe. It's my family's recipe passed down for a long, long time. And it truly is amazing sweet tea. You can make it unsweet. You can sweeten it however you want to do it. That's all. That'll be up to you. But That's all I can say in this video, but I would just ask you one thing. I'm not gonna beg, I'm not gonna do anything, but if you'll just try it one time, I would, if you're a tea drinker at all, on April the 10th, 10 a.m., that's a Saturday, it's actually the Saturday after Easter at 10 a.m., we're gonna go live on our website, and you guys are gonna hear about that a lot more on this channel as it gets closer to time, but I just wanted to say, to preface you guys to know about that, the tea company launch, Y'all Sweet Tea, is coming, and we're very, very excited about it. So guys, that's gonna wrap up today's video. I hope that all of you stuck through this video. I don't know how long it is, and I know this is something that I typically don't do. I don't like doing these style videos because they're not boring. I hope that you guys learned a lot, and I hope you saw the sponsors that have invested time and money into me, and to be able to give back to you guys as well. But it's something that I need to do. I needed to get all of this out there, that way you guys know about it. Also, so you can save money. A lot of these companies have big savings that you can use when you check on their website. All the information for that is in the description box below, at the very, very top of the description box. So make sure you don't miss out on that. In this video, I'm giving away one of every single thing that I just talked about. One pair of Waterland sunglasses, one pack of hooks. I'll give you one hard bait from 6 cents, one pack of soft baits from 6 cents. I'm even gonna give you a 6-sack as well as a lure lock box and one quantum reel. Literally one of everything I talked about except for the battery and the power pole and the graphs. I can't do that, but and then once the tea company comes out, this one person, I will gladly send you a pack of tea as soon as they're available, but they're not ready yet. I can't ship that yet. So this is a huge giveaway. That's $110. The reel is I don't know which reel I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna find one at the house, but $150 say. This is $30. That's $4. Crankbait's $7.99, and a pack of worms is $5, and the lure lock box is about $20. So you add all of that up, and you get this whopping number right here. So that's what I'm willing to give away inside this video. If you stuck through the whole thing, I appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoy all of my videos in 2021, and I will see all of you in the next one.